So you've heard this your whole life. You've heard it from your parents. You heard it from your guidance counselors. You even heard it from your first boss. Work hard and you're going to get noticed. Work smart, you're going to get ahead. So which is it? Is it work harder or work smarter? In my experience, it's neither, I think. I've seen brilliant people, great people, get stuck in their careers simply because being the hardest worker or even the smartest, quite frankly, just wasn't enough to stand out. Now, I've not only seen who gets promoted and gets recruited, I've experienced this as well. Those of you who know my story, you know that I started off in sales as an uneducated hot tub salesman. I ended up becoming the chief sales officer of a billion-dollar company. How did this happen? Well, pay attention to this video because I'm going to reveal 7 critical questions that will help you understand what your potential is to get promoted, to get recruited, to get that raise, to get noticed. I'm ArnieCAP. So, question for you. Is it true that if you really want to get the most out of your career, you've got to work harder or you've got to work smarter? Sounds pretty good, right? But let's be honest. For those who have been doing both and have never experienced the fruit of that mindset, those phrases are either a convenient cliche or they're incredibly inaccurate. Now, I've been around the game for decades, quite frankly. I've watched it up close and I've seen a lot of people who work their tails off, long, brutal hours, day in, day out, and they still never really move forward. They don't get promoted, they don't get noticed, they technically do everything right, but they stay stuck. And it's not because they're lazy. Now, I also know people who are brilliant, razor sharp, seriously smart, packed with ideas, but here's the truth. A lot of them are playing way smaller than their potential, or they're helping someone else look much larger than they really are. These people are often the engine behind big wins, but their names aren't on the trophy. Their ideas and their effort fuel the machine, but someone else steps into the spotlight. Their careers crawl when they should be flying. And that's why I believe this with everything in my soul. If you want to stop being the best kept secret in the room, if you want to build a career that actually reflects your value and creates momentum, it's not just about working harder or working smarter. It's about creating attention. Because hard work and smart work alone don't get you noticed. They get you tired. And staying in the same role year after year, hoping for a bump in pay that barely keeps up with inflation, that's not a strategy. That's death by butter knife. So I put together a simple quiz, 7 questions designed to give you a moment to reflect. No sugarcoating, no corporate fluff, just a clear picture of where you actually stand. These questions are going to reveal whether you're positioned to get noticed, to get promoted, to get paid what you're worth, or recruited into something bigger. Now, I get the fact that you don't want to sit through an entire video just to see if this pertains to you. So I'm going to roll through all 7 questions first. No filler, no insights. Then I'm going to go through them one at a time to give you some of my thoughts on why these are critical questions to ask yourself. So here's my challenge. Don't just sit back and nod. Grab a pen, write these questions down, answer them honestly, because no one's going to champion your career more than you. And this is where the shift starts. Ready? Let's go. So here are the questions. I'm going to roll through them first. These are all based on a scale of 1 to 10. You ready? 1, how apparent is it that you love what you do? Number 2, how well do you support the company's culture? Number 3, what's your reputation across other departments? Number 4, do you take responsibility for mistakes? Number 5, can you clearly articulate the company's strategic plan and trajectory? Number 6, how positive are you? Do you lift people up or do you drain them? And number 7, do the executive admins feel respected and valued by you? All right. So, if you dug those questions, then stick around because I'm going to go through them one at a time. And we're going to get some insights into each one and how you can leverage each question. All right, number 1, how apparent is it that you love what you do? So let's be clear. Misery loves company, but not the company of the people who hold your career in their hands. Your job should either create a genuine expression of joy or at least allow you to connect your work to something you really care about. But if you don't love what you do, people see it. Coworkers, customers, bosses, that funk shows up. People are going to ask, hey, how you doing? And you go, well, I'm hanging in there, or I'm just trying to get through the day, or maybe you're even more blunt. Maybe you'll say something like, man, I freaking hate it here. That sends a clear message that you're not fully engaged. So break out of that cycle. Don't get trapped in the good money, unhappy life mindset. Every expert will tell you if you love what you do, you will find a way to make the money follow. All right, question number 2. How well do you, again, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you support the company's culture? If you've realized that working harder and working smarter isn't enough to get ahead, then understand this, that being culturally aligned and supportive is a huge advantage. Now, that doesn't mean agreeing with everything. That doesn't mean being a submissive yes man. Nobody wants that kind of passive agreement. At the end of the day, do you generally feel like you belong and support the company's culture? Because if you walk around naysaying, essentially agreeing to your boss's face but bad-mouthing behind their back, people notice. Gossip spreads. Culture killers get labeled. And executives, they pick up on that too, even if you think they don't. Think of it this way. If that's the vibe that you're putting out, you will not attract the people who can actually advance your career. All right, number 3. What's your reputation within other departments? Now, there's some sub-questions here. One is, who's talking about you and what are they saying? 2, do you actively build bridges beyond your own team? Number 3, do you bring unexpected value to other parts of the organization? So don't just stick with your tribe. Show people outside your circle that you care. That reputation sticks. It's about having a servant's heart. Care about what's happening to others, your coworkers, your customers, your bosses. Find ways to show you're here to serve and add value. When you genuinely help others, they notice, and that gets around. When they notice, they want to reciprocate. This isn't about currying favor with the bosses or playing politics. It's about being known as somebody who consistently brings value across the organization. That reputation will follow you, and it matters more than most people realize. All right, question number 4. Do you take responsibility for mistakes? Influential people notice reliability, they notice responsibility, and most important, they notice self-accountability. Executives remember who owns up when tough decisions need to be made. Here's a phrase I love to use. Deflection, blame, excuses, and victimization, those are the drugs of underachievers. Now, I know that's kind of harsh, but it's true. Playing the victim might earn some sympathy, but it won't pad your paycheck. If you want a deeper dive, check out Jocko Willink's Extreme Ownership book. It's fantastic. Now, in a nutshell, there are 2 critical things you must do. Number 1, protect your team. Take the shrapnel when a mistake happens on your watch, period. And number 2, figure out the root cause, fix it, and prevent it from happening again. Then give your team credit for solving it. The key takeaway here is stop pointing fingers. Be the person who owns it and learns from it. That's the person they want to keep. That's the person they want to promote. Question number 5. Can you clearly articulate the company's strategic plan, their current results, and their trajectory? See, it's one thing to talk about your own performance or even your department's numbers. Most people can do that. But when you can confidently talk about how the company is doing as a whole, how it's performing, what the strategy is, where the growth is coming from, where it's heading, and if, on top of all that, when you can speak to who the customer really is, how they think and how they behave, how they interact with the brand, my friend, that's a grand slam because that tells people something powerful. You're not just a hard-working, intelligent employee. You're thinking like an owner. You've got a wider lens. You care about the whole game, not just your spot on the field. And trust me, executives notice that. Leaders talk about it. When someone can connect their daily work to the company's bigger strategic goals, it sends a very clear signal: maturity, awareness, leadership potential. It's the difference between somebody just playing their position and somebody who actually knows the playbook. All right, question number 6. Again, remember, scale of 1 to 10. How positive are you? Are you known for making people just feel better when they're around you? Are you quick with words of encouragement? Are you motivational with quotes? Are you optimistic? There should be a dopamine hit when I'm in your presence. When the execs want to bring the next up-and-coming superstar into the C-suite strategy meeting, trust me, knowing your shit is critical, but the presentation of it is massive. Do you point at the hole in the donut, or are you talking about all of the opportunities that abound? Number 7. This is so key, so overlooked. Do the executive assistants garner your respect and consideration? Do you make them feel special? Nobody has the trust, the ear, and the loyalty of a decision-making executive like their assistants. They may not know how well you do your job, but they do know if you treat people well. And they are truly the epicenter of the company's chat lines. They hear everything, and their job is to protect their executive. If an executive has a trusted and loyal EA, I assure you, they are asking about you. And the EA's point of view will have some degree of influence. So there it is. There's the 7. I truly hope you made it this far in the video, because all 7 of these can be extremely influential in your career. I'm ArnieCAP. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing.